Nothing you can do, man. Take the hit. Oof, oof, oof. Negative 59. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, they don't, oh, they never go away. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain J, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. We're running Witch Knights with Gruff Warriors. We are running a Golgari Reanimator. And we might be kicked out of the game as soon as we get done with it, so we're going to move fast with here, because this is the end of Early Access. This is a Golgari Early Access deck from ELDRAINE. And, first kind of Golgari combo, you know you got to see Golgari for me. First kind of Golgari combo I really liked. Reanimator combos, really cool stuff. Self-mill is another great thing about it. So, yeah, definitely one to watch right here. Before we do that, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly hit that like button. Gently hit that subscribe button. If you don't, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which is, of course, a YouTube werewolf who will viciously attack you for not liking and subscribing to the channel. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for our live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there live and in person. And, of course, check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. Post your decks, ask questions, look at early access stuff. And, of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are available down below on my AetherHubs. You got to check that description, follow the link to AetherHub, and we'll be right there for you. So, what are we talking about when we talk about Witch Knight? All right, well, cut down, early removal, late removal. The other type of removal we're going to have in this one is we want to stop the aggro because we are a combo deck that's a little late. So we have to be able to kill them early. We're going to go for the throat as well. I don't really want anything else. We also have Witch's Vanity, which is kind of like a miniature cut down here. Destroy target creature and opponent controls of mana value 2 or less. Good for getting rid of tokens because they have no mana value. Then we create a food token. Then we create a Wicked Roll to attach to a creature. That is also a type of removal. We'll get more into that later. So now the Knight aspect of it. I wanted to do a Knights because Lich Knight's Conquest is such a fun card. Said they need Knights to go with. So we're going to go with Ayaura's Oathsworn, who is also from the ELDRAINE set, even though it's from Aftermath. It's from Invasion or March of the Machines Aftermath. She's actually from ELDRAINE. She's sworn to the Queen Ayaura. So 2/2 Menace Human Knight. We're going to be doing a lot of Menace and Trample here, really trying to get that damage across. Whenever Ayaura's Oathsworn deals combat damage to a player, it has fewer than 4 1/1 counters on it. Put 1/1 counter on it. Then if it has exactly 4, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Great way of finding some cards after you hit and hit and hit. And she really does get damage in with that Menace slowly building, and Audacity is a good one too. Audacity is, of course, a cheap enchantment that is +2 and has trample, and when it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you get to draw a card. This is great because we're going to be able to sacrifice enchantments, so we can actually sacrifice this and draw a card and get the function of it going on. The second Knight we're going to have is going to be Knight of Dusk Shadow. I've noticed I needed this because of the prevalence of food and other stuff for the life gain. Opponents can't gain life. That shuts down a lot of deck builds. That shuts down a lot of things that people are able to do. 1 black and 1. Very, very cool stuff there. Opponents can't gain life. 2/2 Menace, and we can pump it for more. So pushing in early with Menace can put that early damage on the board that we need. Witch's Vanity is, like I said before, is 1 black, destroy target creature and opponent controls of mana value 2 or less. Great early play. Then we get a food token. You're going to see they're going to want enchantments and tokens out because that's what we need to run Lich Knight's Conquest. That's going to be the main thing. So food is going to let you gain life. You have some early destruction, turn 2 destruction, and then a Wicked Roll. What a Wicked Roll is that it makes a creature full the fairy tale roll of Wicked. This is a new mechanic. It is an enchantment. It's an aura. It's +1/+1, and whenever it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses life. So either if they kill the creature, they're going to lose a life, or whenever it's put into the battle, whenever we just sacrifice, it's going to lose. Now, I want you to introduce you to a guy who you're going to see a lot of. Mosswood Dread Knight. This guy he's cool. 1 green and 1, another knight. He has the Dread Whispers for the black version. 1 black and 1, sorcery, adventure. You draw and lose 1. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Very cool there. Always nice to have a life sacrifice and draw a card. We used to have another night like that back in like, I can't even remember. It was a zombie night that did that. 3/2 trample, pretty aggressive. And then when he dies, you can cast him from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So he is kind of perpetual. What that means is that you can cast Dread Whispers till the end of your next turn if he dies. So if you either kill him this turn and then the end of next turn, you can just bring him back. And guess what? When you cast something for its adventure, it goes into exile, and then you can cast the actual creature. So as long as you keep playing Dread Whispers, Dread Knight, Dread Whispers, Dread Knight, like it is just a perpetual cycle of bringing it back and forth. So really cool. Now the Witch version, Gundrop Poisoner. Why are we Witch Knights in this one? We have Gundrop Poisoner. I really like her look here. Yeah. The white-haired witches, yeah, it's a little gothy for me. It's doing it. 1 black and 2, 3/2, tempt with treats, instant adventure, create a food token, great for early plays. And then we have this lovely thing where we have a lifelink, a 3/2 lifelink, which is great to chain her. Whenever she enters the battlefield, up to one target creature gets -X, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So the more food and gun drops that you eat before, the more life that you gain on the front end. When she hits the battlefield, she will destroy something. So very useful. A nice 3/2, like a nice aggressive witch there. Great target for Audacity to be pushing down. So the setup is, of course, you create a food token, sacrifice the food token to gain 3 life, then put her down and hit somebody. Rutstein right here. Yes, we need self-mill so we can fill our graveyard up. We get a treasure, we get an insect token, a treasure token, an insect token, or a blood token. We want token generation. We actually might want 3 Rutsteins, as a matter of fact, more than the other ones. Vito's cousin, not exactly. It doesn't, oops, I gotta do something real quick. It doesn't exactly gain life. It's not whenever you gain life, you lose life. It's more of kill somebody. Now we're gonna have Rankle's Prankle right here. I really like this one. Each player discards 2 cards. Each player loses 4 life, and each player sacrifices 2 creatures. You gotta be tactical with this one, which basically is gonna let you go. You can force sacrifice. If you have no creatures, you can make them get rid of theirs. If you have no cards, make them get rid of theirs. And if you've got them down to 4 or less, you can just win the game. So very cool right there. It's a fun one, but you got to be tactical with it. The End, which is probably one of the most brutal cards ever printed. 2 black and 2. This spell costs 2 less if you have 5 or less life. You exile a creature planeswalker. You lurk their deck. You look in their hand, their deck, their graveyard. You look in their house. You go in their desk, in their drawers. You remove every single one of the cards from the game. It is brutal to hit somebody with this. It just shuts them out, especially if they have a focus on one type of card. It is very brutal. Lich Knight's Conquest is what we wanted all of those sacrifice plays for. So 1 black and 4, sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens, which we're going to generate a bunch of them with food, treasure, blood, or little enchantments. Return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Brutal hit there. Absolute awesome reanimation play that we can do. With all these other little tokens and knickknacks and little things that we can do. Just a really, really hard hit that we can do. In their rotting minds, they still quest for virtue and glory. Awesome. And Gruff Truplets, which is, I call them Gruff Truplets, not Gruff Triplets, Gruff Truplets. 3 green and 3, 3/3 trample Satyr Warrior. When Gruff Truplets enters the battlefield, if it isn't a token, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. So you get 3 of them. You get 3 3/3 tramples for 6. Whenever a Truplet dies, put any number of 1/1 counters on each equal to its power on each other creature you control. So if one of them dies, if one of the 3/3 dies, you have 2 6/6 tramples. If a third one dies, you get that 6 and it's a 12/12. As many of these as you can get on the board. They're not legendary, so as many of these you can get on the board, please do. Get him there. That's what we want. We want to mill him or let him die, or let the original one die with Old Rutstein, and then sacrifice to get Lich Knight's Conquest to combo out to a enormous board of 3/3 or 6/6 tramplers. Really, really, really cool stuff there. Satyr Warriors at the back end there, Goatmen doing their thing. 7 Swamps, 6 Forests, Deathcap Glades, Llanowar Waste, and then we have Restless Cottage right there. It becomes a 4/4 black and green horror house, still a land. Whenever it attacks, create a food token. That's token generation on the back end in the land right there. 21 creatures altogether, instant sorceries, enchantments, lands. That's what we're looking like. 3.1 average with 24 lands, 4 enchantments, 6/6. Mostly humans, a lot of knights, like I said. It is a Witch Knight type of deck. Really fun Reanimator right here. We're going to look at it in the sideways view. Don't really have any options for you for... don't really have that many options for you for the sideboard. Again, early plays, try to stick in with damage, with trample, with menace, with all that stuff. And then you're going to want to fill your graveyard, self-mill, get going, start gaining life, survive until you can hit out the combo with the Gruff Troublets. They really are our win con. They really are what push us over the top there. So if you can do that, that is going to be the key feature of the deck right there. So that's what we're talking about to do. Really, really fun game. Really, really fun combo play, especially if you're into Golgari Reanimator. It's a lot of fun. Had some tough games with it, and there's a lot of tricky stuff, but you can really hurt people with this one. And it uses a lot of the new cards, and it really has a nice thematic edge to it, which I really like too. So leave a comment, tell me what you think. We're gonna get into the game here and see what we can do, a little damage we can do with these Witch Knights. Here we go, boys. Leave a comment, let me know. You excited about ELDRAINE? You not? I want to know. Once in a blue moon, but good lord, man. It's Historic, Brawl, and Alchemy, I think, are looking good. Probably Alchemy. I think Alchemy is going to be real fresh. But Standard, man, looking real rough right now. That's a really shitty opener. That's pretty good. Get rid of another IRS. Made Standard impossible to play in what's HF? Historic. Heidekin. I mean, I can see it, man. I can see it coming in the air tonight. Oh lord. Do 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 do. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh lord. Oh. Boom, boom. GG. Okay, Heidekin said no thanks. All right. The fact that I mean, the main thing that I'm seeing is Reanimator. Like, Reanimator is just, and that's what I said. People are going to cherry pick the awesome cards and just go from there, you know? I go first. I'm not crazy about it, but we'll see what happens. We do have Restless Cottage. Okay. Do that. Wait. Brew Lab, hey. We like Brew Lab. Rankle's Prankle. And Teething Wormlet. Tough Cookie. Not bad. Create a food token. Oh, he's doing the green, he's doing the green thing. Let's kill Tough Cookie. which is Vanity. He's going to kill Rutstein? He can't kill Rutstein. Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Can I take your order? Create a food token. We got anything? We want those other guys in our graveyard there. Rankles Prankle. Push. Okay. Artifact. Nice. Treasure. Okay. I can do instant. If he pops out something, I do have the end instantly, which is Soul Transfer. Tough Cookie. Draw a card. Draw a card. Choose blockers. I'll take it. My turn. We're going to have a Wicked guy. We do Ayar's or Sworn. We do Rankles Prankle. Okay. Mill. Alright. Swing. Boof. Okay. We really want to get gruff guys in the graveyard. That's kind of our goal here. Which is Vanity. Tough Cookie. Which is Vanity. Boof. Block. Cancel. We need to do the end. Get rid of all the teething wormlets. All right. Okay. Bring that back. Boom. It's going to gain some life right there. No attacks. So I can bring back Rutstein and Ayara's Oathsworn. Sacrifice, draw, control an enchantment. You drew 2 cards there, not bad. Hey, what's up, John C? Welcome to Sugartown. Welcome to Sugartown. Bad of Rebirth, very nice. What's the reprint? Rutstein, Ayar's Oathsworn. No attacks. Wicked roll. Elvish Archivist. He's got a removal there, I'm sure he does, which is something or other. Welcome to Sweet Town. Welcome to Sugar Rush. Oh, she's a reanimator targeting a legacy. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sheldred is a black hole. Sheldred is a fucking gravity well. It's a mass shadow. Oh, look at that. Gruff Truplets. Hey, MCL Rodriguez, how you doing, man? What's up, John C? Brew Lab. Okay. Alright, we're able to hit Rankle's Prankle next turn, I think. Yeah, gotta exile that. Bat of Rebirth. I think I'm going to get him here. Annihilating Glare. Okay. Alright. And we go... Push. Push. Pop, 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 pop. Very nice. Reanimator versus Reanimator. Saw a video of a Knights deck that you made. It was a sick deck. Thank you, man. We're trying Death Knights right now. This is turned out to be a pretty fun one. We're only gonna be able to play maybe 2 more games. But I wanted to showcase this one because it's pretty cool. Necreasy. Big fan of Necrons. Oh, Cookie's just waking up at the crack of noon. Cookie's waking up at the crack of noon. Where are we at right now, by the way? If this dude runs straight enchantments, I'm gonna be really pissed. Yeah, he's running straight enchantments. Oh yeah, he's running straight fucking enchantments. He has that new... So there's a Selesnya copy effect. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad. I got worried that he'd just run the same thing over and over again forever. I was a little worried about that. This standard, I'm going to alchemy, guys. I know y'all. I know a lot of you hate alchemy. I'm looking at you, Cookies. You a straight alchemy hater, but there's nothing I can do about that, man. This is a mess. I'll pay. Get rid of all of them. We don't want you to have any of them. Let's see if he's got any new cards. Woodland Acolyte. My man has two new cards. Two of the new cards in it. Everything else is stock standard. Everything else is stock standard. My man added 2 uncommon cards. Wow. All right, should we play? Who should we play the end on? Rankle's Prankle. We're almost at our gruff triplets there. A whole 2 new cards. Really excited about that. My man was really, really happy to be playing ELDRAINE. He was stoked for it, man. He's like, oh man. I can't wait to get that one card. There's probably even more ELDRAINE cards to slop into the archetype. I'm not gonna lie, there probably is, but he sure as hell wasn't gonna play him. Hallowed Haunting. He only needs one more enchantment for everything to go wide. There you go. Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, huh? That's a good question, Littlest Cabbage. This man added not two cards, two copies of one new card to his deck and just went with Selesnya enchantments. Let's see if we can eke out one more win. Did you know that I have on my channel, on my YouTube channel, Nick Creasy, that I have the box opening for the Necrons Commander set? Were you aware of such a thing? Did you also know that I love Necrons and that they are the true heirs to the galaxy? I bet you didn't know that. I 80%, I think even 80% is saying a lot. My man, shoot for 30. I've got some, like, I had a Selesnya enchantments that, but the whole archetype was changed by what I was putting in it because it was focused around one major card. I had to augment, you know, there's a lower power level in this one, so I had to augment some stuff with some different things, but man, my man's, let's see, out of 60 cards, he had two new cards. So he had 1 out of 30? What percent do you call that? Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of enchantments. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of new enchantments. So it's not even like he wasn't spoiled for choice here. Do the end on Phyrexian Dragon Engine. We don't want that anymore. You don't need that, bud. Let's get rid of all of them. Yeah, you don't need that. Let's get them all out of your deck. You don't need those. Okay, let's do Rutstein and Gumdrop. I think I fucked him up with that move, though. The Adventure Knight. This is a good card, by the way. Master Dread Knight, because it's essentially eternal. You never can get rid of it, so the only way is to exile it. It's a 5-drop now. Mosswood for an uncommon that's functionally, a rare that's functionally eternal, not bad. Yeah, I killed his win con with 1 card. The end will destroy it. If your deck is relying on 1 card to work, it's over. You might as well scoop. If you have like a Sheoldred focused deck that your whole idea of the deck is just hit Sheoldred, or your whole thing is based around like Teferi, and I exile your Teferi, yeah, you might as well just give up, bro. It's over. It's Jover. Okay, there's the Gruff Boys. Let's push in Ayara. I want him to double block me, man. There we go. Hey, Spiritual Watermelon. I'm just glad we have a way of saying try playing black without her. Absolutely, man. You are correct, sir. Red cap. Create 2 black rats. Exodia obliterate. I think I'm going to do it again. Bloodtide Harvester. Redcap Gutter Dweller. Discard and draw. Well, as I always say, and I'm glad you're on board with this one, Spiritual Watermelon. You should have a win con and you should have a backup. Your deck should only... It's rare that a deck is good by only doing one thing. You kind of need something else to go for. You need to be able to build on something else. You need a backup plan, essentially, is what I'm saying there. Let's do that. I actually get to use the food thing. Let's push. There we go. I think he knows he's doomed here. Yeah, he knows he's doomed. Rakdos, Artifact Sacrifice. Not a bad deck, but kind of got the best of him there. Hold there, an Epicure. Ping me. Guys, if you're new here, check out the YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Oh, okay, okay. Any number of tokens. He got his Lich Knights out. Who can he bring back? He can only bring back... He can bring back a few guys. Nice. A blue version of mono red. That's funny. So who do we want to stop here? We'll stop that guy. We'll stop that guy. Let's see if we survive this hit. Nope, did not. Got us on the back end with that beautiful Lich Knight's Conquest. One more. Yeah, he was able to put haste on everything. I mean, that's what Lich Knight's Conquest can do. It can completely it can completely flip the game around. You're able to bring back as much stuff from your graveyard as you want. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to do. Complete Commander VIP. This guy doesn't even play Standard. Conga? One of the cards he resurrected gave you the option of doing that. Mosswood Dread Knight. Okay. Do that. Oh, absolutely. Spiritual Watermelon. You're 100% correct. Which is why people don't like to play them. They're harder to run. Oof. Alright, there's Lich Knight's Conquest. We need to get some cards in the graveyard. We need to mill a little bit. Tear Asunder. Very nice. Boof, boof. Okay, so perfect. Nice. So we're gonna eat a gumdrop. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hit, pop. Ooh, Archpriestess Shadows. Who can you bring back? That's gonna hit me no matter what, so might as well. Rustic Cottagecore. Totally for that rustic cottagecore aesthetic. You know I love it. I think board wipes are a plague on the game. There should be maybe one or two. Really, mass exile is my problem. But the amount of board wipes and the amount of mass exile that we have is out of control. It's too much. Graveyard Trespasser, very nice. We need more creatures in the graveyard now. Okay. Is he gonna go in? He's gonna go in. Block. It's actually giving me more life. Really. understand that. Rough trumpets. Yeah, hexproof. There's very few cards that stop a board wipe. There used to be ones at phase. There was like the Spirit Knight Protector or something, and you sacrificed it, and it phased out your entire board. So that was one option that you had. He should totally swing in right now. Yeah, you should swing in, bro. Gix, Yigmoth, Predator, Praetor, Rankle's Prankle. He's pretty screwed at this point. All creatures have hexproof or indestructible. It's rare that you get something like that. It's hard. Glorious Protector, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing he can do there. He's dead. Good game. Yeah, there's nothing you can do, man. Take the hit. Boof. 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 Negative 59. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, they don't... Oh, they never go away. They're bad. They're bad. All right, that was a fun one. We're going to get to the shakedown breakdown here. I think we got some legs on this one, boys. I got to do the shakedown breakdown really fast before they shut me out. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.